A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to e-learning classes of Sacred Hearts of the subject economics. Dear students, in the previous lecture of economics, we were on the chapter number 2, that is collection of data, and in that we have discussed about the first method of the personal interviews, and the name of the method was direct personal investigation. Under this method, the investigator used to make a direct contact with the respondent and used to collect the concerned information related to the subject matter or to the investigation. And thereafter we have discussed about the suitability when the field is not very large, where the originality of data is required, where the information is to be kept secret, or where the accuracy of data is needed. After suitability, we have discussed about the merits and demerits. In the merits, there were originality, accuracy, reliability, related information, uniformity, and elastic. And in the demerits, there was difficult to cover wide area, personal wise, costly, and limited coverage. Dear students, today we are going to start the second method of the personal interviews, and the name of the method is indirect oral investigation method. We will discuss its meaning, suitability, merits and demerits. At last we will compare direct personal investigation with the indirect oral investigation. So let's get started. What is the meaning of indirect oral investigation method? So it is a type of method in which the investigator don't use to contact the respondent, but the particular investigator contact the particular person who is assumed to possess the crucial information about the subject matter, and these particular persons are known as the witnesses. So in this there is no direct contact between the investigator and respondent. So investigator is contacting some of the near and dear one of the respondent and collecting the information from that particular person is known as the witnesses. Thereafter just see the suitability, where the field of investigation is large, when it is not possible to have the direct contact with the concerned people, जो concerned people हैं उनसे direct contact possible ना हो. It can be in the case of any casualty as well. Next, the concerned respondent are not capable of giving the information because they are illiterate or ignorant about the complete situation, how to give the answer. The next one is the investigation is so complex in nature that only experts can give the answer. These all are the suitabilities of the indirect oral investigation method. Now we will discuss about the merits of indirect oral investigation method. The very first is the wide coverage. By this method we can easily cover a very large area without making so much of efforts. The second one is less expensive. It is comparatively a cheaper method in the context of the direct investigation method because less amount of money, efforts and time is involved in this. Okay, the next one is the expert opinion. By using this method, an investigator can seek the opinion of the experts and thereby can make his information more reliable. Generally, the information can be collected through the experts also, and when we are collecting the information from the experts, the conclusions will be more reliable. Now, the next merit is free from bias. See, दिस मेथड इज़ रिलेटिवली फ्री फ्रॉम द पर्सनल बायस ऑफ द इन्वेस्टिगेटर. यहाँ पे जो इन्वेस्टिगेटर है उसके जो पर्सनल बायस हैं वो नहीं होते हैं. द नेक्स्ट वन इज़ द सिंपल. Indirect oral investigation method is relatively a simple approach of data collection. It is a easy method in comparison to the other methods of collection of data. Now see the note. This method is mostly used by the government or non-government committees. Generally the government or the non-government committees use these type of methods. Now the demerits of indirect oral investigation. The very first is the less accurate. If you talk about the this method, then in this information is not collected by the concerned person but collected by some other person who is related to concerned person. So in this condition the information can be the incomplete one, which will give the wrong conclusions. The next one is biased. In this there is possibility that the witnesses can be the biased one, and if the witnesses will be the biased one, then they will give the wrong information. Wrong information means the conclusion will ultimately be the wrong one. And the last one, that is the doubtful conclusions. This method may lead to the doubtful conclusions due to the carelessness of the witnesses, because it is not related to the witnesses, so they can give the information in a very casual form, which will result the doubtful conclusions. Now the last topic of today's lecture, that is the difference between direct person investigation and indirect oral investigation. The very first basis is direct contact. In the direct person investigation method, there is direct contact between the investigator and respondent, but in the other method there is no direct contact between the investigator and respondent. The second basis is suitable. If we talk about the direct person investigation method, then it is suitable for the small field of investigation, whereas indirect oral investigation method can be used where the field of investigation is comparatively large. The next basis is requirement. In the direct person investigation method, the investigators, as they are directly contacting the respondents, so they must be well versed, well known with the religion, with the language, with the culture, with the customs of the respondents. But in the context of the indirect oral investigation method, it is not like that. And the last basis is cost. If we talk about the direct personal investigation method, then it is a costly method, as it involves more amount of time, money and efforts, but it is a cheaper method in the context of the indirect oral investigation method. So this is all about today. We have discussed about the meaning of the indirect oral investigation method, its suitability, merits and demerits. At last we have discussed about the difference between direct person investigation method and indirect oral investigation method. God bless you all.